Thank you, Tim, and thank you, Joey, and everyone else, and Oregon Women for Trump for being out here, and thank all of you, because it's going to take every one of us to do something. And you can see what two people who weren't even active, I use that word loosely because we weren't politically savvy. We thought doing our job was just getting our little voter registration and going to vote. But when we saw, like Tim mentioned, the heartache, the pain, and the suffering that's going on, all preventable, we just had to activate and do something. Tim started a database, and it all started out of curiosity of why there was a lawsuit that came out of the killings of Houston police officer Rodney Johnson. And there was a lawsuit that his wife filed. And that was very odd to me because it was in line of duty death, as tragic as any death is. We researched, and that's where we found sanctuary city policies, which basically mean that if you're illegally in the country and you are apprehended, you get to walk. The police do not jail them or do not ticket them. And my father was born in Mexico, and he came here the right way, like millions of people who are here legally. So this is not a racist issue. This is not a political issue. What is due every single one of you, what was due Jessica and Logan and many, many others, tens of thousands of others, is a fundamental duty of your government to keep you safe. Enforce the existing laws. That's all that we're asking here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're only asking for the bare minimum. The bare minimum to enforce the laws on the books. We started in Houston. We're in Washington, D.C. now, and looking over the shoulder of the politicians. And I can tell you, our country is in a lot of trouble. If we can't take care of our own citizens and protect we, the citizenry, there is so much out there that we have to correct. And I think conducting events like this so that people, the general public, understand what is taking place. Not a single family should be suffering alone and not be heard. And thank God for Donald Trump. He was the only candidate in 9 years, have you, that reached out to the Remembrance Project and our families and met with them over and over, behind the scenes. But people didn't even see. Compassionate, willing to go to bat for the little guy and the mother who lost her only child, the father whose son was tortured and beaten to death. Again, completely preventable. But let me tell you, in Texas, we had a very similar horrific case like the Wilsons. Natalie and Billy Funderburg loved their motorcycle. They were out motorcycling one evening, and an illegal alien mowed them right over. And they had 3 children. The illegal alien was going to be deported without any justice, not any measure of justice to the family. But fortunately, a state official got busy, and he retrieved the illegal alien that was near a detention center, near the border in a detention center. And they brought him back and tried him. Very unfortunate, and this is what inspired us to create and collaborate with chaplains and a crisis intervention group. His other son, after attending the first hearing, thinking that this illegal alien was going to be released, he committed suicide. And that family was very, how does the family get over that? You don't. And that is what is happening all around the United States, where our families are suffering. Now, I think that the best thing for all of us to do is to pay attention to what's going on. Do something. It's not good enough to come to events and sit in meetings and listen. We have to be activated. We have to know what to ask for. Ask our elected officials the basics. No amnesty because it encourages more. Enforce current laws. It's the law. They're enforced upon us. We do need a southern barrier. I've been there, all along the southern border. Cartels own that entire southern border. There's so much that we have done that I wish we had more time to talk about. But place Americans in our country first and foremost. That's the very least that they can do for us. This is very difficult, everyone, and I'm very sorry again to the Wilson family who are here. Our hearts go out to you and Taylor and all of you. So, God bless you. God has had a big hand in the Remembrance Project and our families. So, love one another, love our country, please, and place our families first. No one else is going to stand up for our families but you. God bless y'all. Thank you so much.